All right, so welcome everyone. Mindful Mondays. This is a Hatha practice with a bit more focus on affirmations and just mindfulness overall. If you have two yoga blocks, you might want to grab them and make a little seat. So I like to call that, I guess, a little shamrock or a little V so that you can place your sit bones on them. And if you're comfortable starting with cross leg, we'll come to our easy pose, crossing our ankles, knees bent. Sitting up nice and tall through the spine, roll the shoulders down. And just take a moment to come to your calm and connect right now. Breathing in and out of the nose. Using our Ujjayi breath or maybe sighing out of the mouth. I love that I cue Ujjayi, but my exhale already wanted to go through the mouth. So that's a reminder for yourself as well. If there's anything that I'm offering or suggesting that doesn't resonate, please just listen to your body. That was a way of my own body telling me right now what it needed was to release and let go. So any breath work that is accessible to you, any breath work that you're being drawn to, as long as it's changed from our daily default breathing. And start to tune into the heart, noticing the chest rise and fall with your breaths now. And then shifting your focus to your lower back and maybe start to notice a bit more space created there as you lift your heart. And if you'd like, you can start to add a bit of movement by rounding your spine. Almost like a seated cat and cow if you'd like. Or just focusing and holding that breath, holding that space for yourself. If we have been seated today or finding compression on our spine, this might be a good opportunity just to move your little rock and find your core, find your lower back again. And then finding stillness one more time, nice and tall through your crown. Roll those shoulders back and down. Maybe you're going to even hug your elbows in closer to your ribs. Setting your intention for the practice. Maybe your intention is to piggyback off our mind tonight of reminding ourselves that it's okay to slow down and it's okay to take rest. Even though I'm holding this space and teaching a gentle practice for you tonight, it's actually very much a challenge for me. So thank you for being on that journey and reminding me as well that it's okay to slow down, to rest, to restart. So you can ear over towards the shoulder, doesn't matter which side you start on. Letting some length through the neck, down, maybe even across the collarbone to our pec. And then start to tuck your chin towards your armpit here. So if you brought your right shoulder, tuck your chin towards that right armpit. Bring your gaze down towards your ribs. And being gentle here, but start to lift your head up, tilting your head back, finding more length into the larynx. As you can hear, my voice is already starting to be blocked just from that stretch there. So a good reminder to relax the jaw down, maybe side or the mouth. Let's bring our chin back towards that armpit and take the head over towards the other side. Nice and gentle, ear to shoulder. Breathing into that side. Tucking our chin down towards that armpit, looking to the wrist, changing up that gaze. You get to decide how much stretch you want here, how much tension you want. Slightly start to tilt the head back, looking up, finding a different sensation in the neck. Bring your head to center, take your hands behind your head, tuck your elbows in towards each other, a little bit of pressure here, not too much. Maybe you rock from side to side with the chin. Finding any of those spots that need to be held or breath needs to be sent there. And then lift your head up, press your elbows wide, coming back into that version of your cat and cow, arching the back. Do that one more time, tuck your chin, tuck your elbows in. Little bit of pressure, not a lot. And then lifting back up, elbows wide, open through your heart. Exhale, take the right hand down. You can either mirror me or listen to my rights and lefts. Reach your left arm over. And then start to bend into your elbow so that you can find more openness in your chest. Feel as if someone's pressing your palm back for you, so that force back into the mat behind you or into the wall behind you. And then bring that hand behind your ear. Use your obliques to help lift you up. Hands behind the head again. Elbows towards each other. Tuck that chin. Inhale. Open your heart. Find that arch in the back that you just got up in the morning. And then exhale. Left hand down. Right arm reaches over. Lifting with your sternum. Bend into your elbow. Maybe even look to your fingertips if it's safe for your neck. Your shoulder is creeping up towards your ear. You know this. Relax it down. 2 more breaths. Using those obliques, so bring your hand behind the ear. Obliques lift us up. Bring it to close. And open. Exhale, hands down. Let's switch the legs. So non-dominant ankle on top, because maybe that bottom foot's getting a little tired. We'll come right back to our breath, but this time introducing Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. Taking right hand, peace fingers together, under Scout's honor. Bring it to the middle of the forehead, to the third eye. We'll use the thumb to close the right nostril. Start with the cleansing breath. Inhale through the left side. Exhale left. Using the ring finger to close and switch. Inhale right. Exhale right. Close and switch. Inhale left. Close the nostril. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. upper right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. One more round. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. We'll release that down so that we can finish on the left side. Tapping into more of that nurturing side. Keeping the eyes closed. Coming back to that sensation of the fall and the rise of the heart. Every inhale and exhale. Being mindful of any thoughts that come up. Not having any judgment of those thoughts. And I hope for you that you find on your mat and in your practice that the positive self-talk comes easier. As we start to tune inwards, getting rid of any chatter, clutter, anything that's been feeling heavy. Using that tool of our practice to reset. It seems to be the word today. I'll offer some variety of yin and yang postures tonight throughout our practice. We'll come to our first yin pose and meet in a tabletop. And if you're familiar with yin, we won't be holding as long, just as mindful has props to support, and maybe not everyone is used to this practice yet. But we'll come to tabletop if you have your yoga blocks. Hand and please keep it at the top of your mat, and we'll step the right foot forward between our hands. You can use your blocks or block and press and lift that back knee up. Do a little shimmy at the back leg and then plant it down so that you're more in this ramp at the back thigh. If you're used to this pose of our baby dragon and you're used to going right into it, let's try to avoid that right now. We're going to stay tall in this pose. Hands to our blocks, or hands can be just airing here. I don't know if that's actually, I just said that, and I don't think it's a word. Floating, airing, wow, it's hard. And on Monday, and then just start to sink in your hips, maybe by rocking a little from side to side. Finding that sweet spot. And then finding stillness when you are ready, above ankle, chest open. Closing the eyes, and we'll breathe into that left side. Now, even though the hands are supported, or blocks are supporting our upper body, try to soften that grip and open your palms. If there's pinching, burning, or any spaces that are so uncomfortable, please come out of it. A little bit of discomfort is welcome, but we shouldn't be causing harm. Softening the jaw, softening the eyebrows down. Staying for 2 more breaths before we transition. And a little press back with the hips to come out of it. Use your hands for support. And we'll switch sides, which might mean having to move our blocks back. So step your left foot forward now. Lining up this block, again, frame your foot, pick up that back knee. Maybe heel toe it with or without blocks. Take that little rock with the hips again. From side to side until you find that sweet spot. We still want that right hip working forward. And then find that spot again. So sink into your hips, but try again not to go past your edge by staying a little taller and sturdy. Sometimes when we come to a second side, it's a good reminder to really focus on our breath because we know what to expect now at this pose, but let's try not to rush it. So instead, breathe into that side. Maybe count your breaths. Anything that can kind of distract you in a positive way. Keep breathing into that space. One more breath. Two breaths. This time as you come out, you can either come to down dog or join me in a wide forward fold by picking up that back knee, pivoting on your back foot and just hang out, facing along into your mat, into a forward fold. Try not to lock your knees. Knees are still micro bent, toes angle out, press to your heels. Dropping that head down, maybe sliding it out with me. Sometimes the inversions in our postures can just bring out any release that you might need, so breathe through it. Now we will take the front set of toes to face forward as we walk up to the top of our mat on your forward fold. Grabbing a hold of your yoga blocks again. Maybe heel toe the feet a little bit. We're going to work through the back of your hamstrings. This is a great option if you have a bolster to put it on your blocks or a pillow or something at height. And if you don't worry about that. It's going to hang out here in an angle. So the head is going to be down, our hands can touch the earth, or if you do have access to a bolster, you can even stack your forearms, head down, shoulders back. Working through the back of the hamstrings all the way to the heel. That line of energy from the sacrum down. Or from the back of the ankles up, however you want to breathe into it right now. I haven't locked my knees, but my legs are long. You can navel to your spine and then soften into your hips. Now, without having to adjust anything, think about drawing your hips to the sky. As if you were putting your peace fingers into that crease between the belly and the thigh there, and drawing those hips a little taller to the sky, pressing through your heels. Two more breaths right here. Then even deeper into your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs to help walk you all the way back to stand. Private will be the last lift, let's not. Let's try to avoid creating like heaviness, beautiful. And then we're gonna step back with our right foot into Virabhadrasana B. So that's aligned with the edge of our mat. If you like, you can take a wider stance here. So maybe you want to pick up that back leg and widen it. Or if you know for warrior poses that you prefer to land with heels arch, then make sure that front heel is aligned with your back arch. So if you're finding any back pain or uncomfortable maybe in the belly, it might be great to have that wider stance. Or if you're comfortable here, heels arch, alignment, arms out for Virabhadrasana B, palms press down, shoulders back. And then root through your big toe and your baby toe. Let's flip the palm, finding our reverse or exalted warrior. Front knee's gonna stay bent. You're lifting yourself back to center. On your exhale, side angle pose, forearm to that front thigh. Back arm extends, thighs that frames your cheek. Nice and slow flow here. Inhale, back up, Virabhadrasana B. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, back up. I say slow, I already pick it up. Exhale, side angle pose. Inhale, back up to center. On your exhale, you're gonna pick up your back leg and step it on a 45-degree angle, so it's a little closer. Lengthen your front leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach forward. And then if it's available, reach the outside of your ankle. So right hand reaches to left ankle. Great option to use your yoga block here. Left arm's gonna revolve, or hand comes to small the back. So working with the front of those or back of these left hamstrings here, nice and long. Either open with the arm or hand small flat. And looking to your big toe, then into your front knee. We're gonna windmill back up. Pick up that back leg so it's aligned with the short edge. And we're just gonna change direction. So if you use a yoga block, take it with you. Left foot's gonna be aligned with the short edge of your mat. Right foot is gonna pivot. And we'll just bring that block to the ground. Then to your front right knee. We're gonna repeat that sequence. Flip your right palm, exalt it. So right leg's forward, right arm reaches back. Little bit of compression is okay here, so I'm feeling my belly tissue on my hip. So that's more of our medium compression. You don't want to go past that though. Soft compression is great too, tissue on tissue, as long as there's no bone on bone. Lift back up. Virabhadrasana B. Exhale. Side angle pose. Forearm rests on your thigh. Top arm extends. You can even look up to your fingertips. Or on. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale. Exalt it. Inhale, lift back to center. Exhale. Finding that side angle pose. Inhale, lift. Hands to your hips if you're like a repeated one of those. So if your back foot on an angle, lengthen your front leg. We'll find that revolve, triangle, left hand down to the outside of your ankle. Right arm in your twist or hand is small back. Rolling with your shoulder, rotating with chest. And look forward, then into your front knee. Windmill yourself back up, but this time we're going to stay in this direction. Pick your back leg up and step right into your tree pose. So the knee can come out to the side, foot to your calf or your ankle or your inner thigh. Tall for your spine, taking those beautiful arms overhead. And Exhale, hands to heart, and step that foot as you sweep it back. And then we'll pivot. Pivot all the way to the top of your mat. Bend to your front knee now as your left knee. Step up, right into your tree pose. Foot towards that calf or ankle, as long as it's not on your knee. Maybe changing of the hands. Exhale, hands back to heart. Bring that knee back to center. Find some seat. Your mountain pose. Close the eyes. Lengthen the spine. Shoulders up. Whatever your intention was, come back to it for a few breaths. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan back. Inhale, half over. Exhale, forward fold. Removing any props that might be in the way, stepping yourself back into your plank, and then lowering to your knees. Finding your chaturanga. And then bring the left cheek down to the earth. Elbows into the mat, finding half cross. Slide the right knee up towards the right elbow. That inner crease of the right hip presses forward. Maybe that means the leg's going to slide back as well. If this is uncomfortable on your upper body or on your chest, you can always take the same version here coming to your forearms, or interlacing your head and coming on to your elbows. Modify for whatever you need right now in this pose. The knee towards that elbow, working into that inner point area. Perfect. And then try to make this a bit more restorative if you can. So if you're gripping the toes, soften the toes. You're gripping the mat with your hands. Finding to soften that space too. Now from here, we're going to press our right fingertips. So the hand where the knee meets the elbow, we're going to press that hand into the mat, making a tent. We're all on the right side. And then we our left arm underneath. So right arm presses, and then right arm's going to reach behind as you come into a supine twist. So bringing your shoulder on the mat. If it reaches, stacking of your hips, or maybe even floating that knee. Find this openness in the heart, openness across the collarbone. Then we're going to roll back onto our belly. Exhale, bring that palm back with you. Bring the other cheek to the earth, so right cheek down, left knee, left elbow. Finding your half frog on the other side. Now we'll start to press through the left fingertips, lifting the palm, weaving the right arm underneath, and finding that supine on the other side. So reach that left arm, finding that space again, across the armpit, across the pecs. On your next exhale, we'll pick up that hand, rolling back to our belly, and we'll slowly press back up into a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, finding Balasana, child's pose. We're going to roll up to tabletop and grab a hold of that pillow or that bolster, blanket, and place it to the top of the mat. Coming into twisted branches, so very Asian in our child's pose. We want to maybe bring that pillow close to us, but knees will be wide, big toes together, giving yourself a hug. Being mindful with arms on the bottom, thinking of almost like our eagle arms here, where our elbows are going to stack. And we're going to reach to the back of our shoulders, tuck our elbows up to their line, and then tuck your pubic bone forward. I'm going to try to exaggerate on the camera here. Press forward to engage your lower back. And as you come back into child's pose, rest your forehead. And then reach the arms long towards the outer edges of your mat. Find space in your shoulder blades. Trying your best not to put any pressure on the bridge of the nose, or if the pillow or bolster doesn't feel good, and just bring your head to the mat, or you can do this from seated. Keep breathing into the space between your shoulders. Asking yourself if there's anything else you can soften. Hands, grip in the mouth. Tension the low back of the knees. Come out of this and start to draw your navel to your spine again, engaging your core. Be mindful what arm is on the bottom as you open up through the upper body, open those arms. And then switching your grip, opposite arm crosses over, reach through your shoulder blades, tuck those elbows up, find that core strength again. You recline all the way back into it, move forward back into it, taking those fingertips nice and long. Again, breathing into the space between the shoulders. And we'll slowly start to roll up again using that core strength. Open up to goddess arms, elbows can bend or taking arms nice and long. And exhale, hands to your thighs. Bring your thighs a little closer in so that you're seated on your heels. Unless your legs are asleep and you need to take them out of the staff pose. Walk the right fingertips out. Like we did earlier, if it's seated in that easy pose, left arm extends. Find some space in your ribs again. And exhale, lift back up, find bodies. Reach the other side. Find the space as you lift through the side of the body. Exhale, lift back to center. Find that goddess arm. And then bring it to pose at your heart. We will come to seated. Maybe both of our legs out. You might want to face the long edge of your mat, and we'll take our legs to straddle, bringing our right foot in, and then line up our left leg, more so with the hips, so that when it's nice and wide, line it up once that foot's been brought in, using your bolster again, blocks, or anything that's handy. You can either take it to the length of your leg, or to the inside of your leg, or if you don't have it, you don't need to use it. We want to line up our shoulders and our hips with that extended leg, and then reach forward. Try not to lock the SI here. That's why we can use our pillow and hug it. We can rest the forehead down. It's great. You can have the blocks handy. Place one underneath with a bit of height. Really what we want to focus on here is that bit of compression again, belly to thigh. Your choice, maybe you don't even want to use a yoga box or any of the props. And slowly start to roll out of it. And last up again, and we will switch sides, taking our right leg out. Left foot comes in, line that leg up again, using the same setup if you have it there. Lining your shoulders up and then leaning forward. Slowly start to roll out of it. Take one more breath there as you come up. And we will take our legs out long and come into the variation of our reverse plank. So feet are long, hands are gonna come behind us, fingertips face the short edge, shoulders back, lift through your heart. After all of that, lean forward, find some openness again. Let your heart center. It might feel good to come into rabbit, tucking your chin to chest. Lifting your head back above your heart and make our way to our spine forward, Shavasana. Might feel good to rock your spine side to side. Maybe you want to finish with a power pose or shoulder stance, or find some stillness. proud of your work today and proud of your practice. Coming into any restful pose. And repeating our affirmations of giving ourselves permission to rest, reset, and slow down today. I hope that your body gave you that awareness of what you needed. And I hope that you listened to those messages as they came up for you. Om Shanti Shanti. Om. Start to find spaces back in your palms, spreading your fingers, picking up the toes. Might feel good to take the arms overhead and take a full body stretch. Yeah. Pointing your toes and reaching for your fingertips. And exhaling hands down, rolling to your favorite side. Pausing for a few breaths when you get there. Bring your knees a little closer to your chest in that fetal position, thanking your body, thanking your breath, and thanking your mind for its stillness today, even if it was just for a second. And slowly come to seated, use the top hand for support. Bringing our hands to our heart, to Anahata. Grateful for this body that we live in. Grateful for our family, our friends, and our chosen family. Thumbs connect to third eye, Ananda chakra for intuition. To mouth and throat, Vishuddhara for speaking our truth. Back to our heart, Anahata for compassion and kindness. Thank you for being here and here on your left. It is an honor to meet you. From my heart to yours. Put a love in your heart. Namaste.